And you may be saying, well, it sounds a little far-fetched to just thaw out a dormant law from the 1800s to attack abortion rights, but that's exactly what they literally just did in the Arizona Supreme Court yesterday. So we are now seeing the spectacle of Arizona Republicans running for office, twisting themselves into knots. Take, for instance, this candidate. You know her, Kari Lake. She lost the race for governor to Katie Hobbs in 2022, though she never conceded. She is now running for Senate against Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego. Yesterday, in the wake of that disastrous Arizona Supreme Court decision, she put out this statement, desperately trying to run away from what she knows is the wrong side of the issue. She can read a poll. Quote, I oppose today's ruling. I'm calling on Katie Hobbs. That's a funny one. Oh, I guess Katie Hobbs is the governor now? So you're not the governor? I'm calling on Katie Hobbs and the state legislature to come up with an immediate common sense solution Arizonans can support. Of course, her party blocked that today. And that statement, which was fine, as these statements go, would be slightly more credible if Kari Lake hadn't explicitly endorsed the very same 1864 law on stage into a microphone on camera just 2 years ago.
Obviously, I think Roe v. Wade should be overturned. And I think the Supreme Court, I have a good feeling that they're going to do the right thing this time. We have a great law on the books right now. If that happens, we will be a state where we will not be taking the lives of our unborn anymore.
We have a great law on the books right now. So this is what the abortion election looks like, okay? As Election Day approaches, Republicans like Kari Lake will continue to lie about their own positions because they understand how toxic they are. But make no mistake, they have already shown us and continue to show us every day what they do when they have power. Congressman Ruben Gallego is a Democrat of Arizona who is running against Kari Lake for Senate in 2024, and he joins me now. Congressman, before we get to what your opponent has said about this, I want to just get your reaction to the state Supreme Court ruling from yesterday.
Well, I'm horrified. The women of Arizona, the Arizona voters are horrified. I have a 9-month-old daughter. She has less rights than my mother in this world, in this modern world, in 2024 Arizona. We are going back to laws that were essentially signed into law by judges that were appointed by Abraham Lincoln. That's what we're dealing with right now. Doctors will be going to jail, nurses will be going to jail, and politicians like Kari Lake wants that to happen and actually said it is a good law, a great law.
You served in the Arizona State House, and this moment today was really remarkable to me because there's this tension, right, between the beliefs, the genuinely held beliefs of Republicans up and down, state legislatures, city council members, members of the U.S. Senate, on the federal bench. I mean, conservatives everywhere who really believe they want it all outlawed. They really do believe that, and the politics of it. And so here today you had this test, and it was just so striking to me what the Arizona Republican majority did. They could have done the politically expedient thing. What was your interpretation of the Arizona Republican state legislature's actions today to block an immediate overriding of this decision?
Well, because they truly do believe that women do not have a right to an abortion. They believe that doctors should go to jail for providing safe and legal abortions, and nurses and other providers. When they're saying it, they're pointing out, when they're voting against the overturning of the bill, they're telling us what they want to do. Let's believe them. This is the opportunity for everyone in Arizona to understand that this is a real threat. We have an abortion rights initiative that we need to vote for in November. We need to vote out these Republicans that are anti-abortion rights. You know, if you want to help out this campaign, we're at GallegoForArizona.com. We are going to make sure we expose Kari Lake's lies, someone who cited by statute this bill. And now she wants to claim that she doesn't support it. Kari Lake is lying. She wants to jail our doctors, imprison our nurses, and outright ban abortions in Arizona.
Just so folks know the polling, the most recent polling we have, and this is actually a little dated, and I imagine it'll be updated. Should abortion be legal always or with some minor restrictions? 62% favor that in your state. Nationally, Marquette University's got a new law that says abortion should be legal in all or most cases at 70%. I mean, there is a full-on attempt. I mean, it's a kind of panicky attempt. But there's an attempt to muddy the waters. There's an attempt to run away from the position. Do you worry that can be successful? Do you worry, people are not necessarily completely locked in to who is on which side of this issue or who's responsible? How do you see yourself dealing with that as you talk to folks that you're trying to win the vote of?
Look, Arizonans aren't dumb. They know that Kari Lake is lying, is willing to say anything she can to win, to hold power, and they will not trust her with this because her positions have changed so much. And we have her on record, on camera, with her audio voice, and she is directly citing the actual territorial law. For someone who is not known for being deep on policy, she somehow knew this particular ban that is going to be designed specifically to arrest doctors and nurses. They're not going to believe it. We're certainly not going to let people forget it. And Arizonans have seen this game before. They're not going to trust people like Kari Lake. They want to protect abortion rights, and they want to make sure that our doctors, our nurses, and abortion providers do not go to jail because of this extreme, and dangerous politics of people like Kari Lake.
All right, Congressman Ruben Gallego running for Senate in the state of Arizona. Thank you so much.
Thank you.